Well, hello, everyone. Happy National Play to Create Day. I'll give everyone a moment while Facebook notifies you and you get a chance to jump on, say hi in the comments so that we can kick off this beautiful first Saturday of August for our first National Play to Create Day. I am so excited to be here with you guys. I have a lot of information to share with you guys, something that we've been pondering on for quite some time. And so I wanted to definitely make sure to take a moment and the best I can via virtual technology here to share that with you guys. Okay, so it looks like a few of you guys are definitely jumping on. I want to make sure that I absolutely can see you guys. You can hopefully see your comments in the section here. And of course, if you happen to be watching this on replay, would love for you to say hi as well in the comments. All right, welcome. Oh, good, I can see you guys, perfect. Okay, so let's go ahead and I'm gonna jump right into the meat of what I have to share with you guys. Like I said, there's a lot of information. So first off, I wanted to kind of just mention for those of you that joined us on Thursday for our 13th birthday celebration here at Kiwi Lane, I actually spoke for a few moments about the necklace that I wear, which is just a simple pair of scissors. And I shared 3 things that these scissors remind me of. And the very first thing that I spoke about was my belief that we all are what I think of as little C creators. And what I mean by that is that we believe that every one of us was designed by the big C creator with the desire and the ability to create. In other words, we were created to be creators. It has been pretty well proven that humans are designed mentally, spiritually, and physically to excel at shaping the world around us in new and imaginative ways. And it's pretty impressive and pretty inspiring. We see the world through the mental lens of imagination. We feel a deep sense of spiritual desire to bring new artistic and useful things into existence. And we are really good at using these bodies, specifically our hands and our minds. We're blessed with the answers that desire and create the things we imagine. And this is great. This is awesome because our lives require us to be creating constantly in several different avenues of our everyday lives. They're actually what we refer to are 3 lanes in particular that we spend time in as creators on our journey through life. First is the lane of homefront creations. As homefront creators, we bring our own creativity and ingenuity to bear on projects and problems related to our homes and families. We might be husbands or wives, fathers or mothers, siblings or children. We may bear or share the responsibility of keeping a home and managing the day-to-day aspects of life, scheduling out our lives, balancing everything in a way that gives us the best chance at mental, spiritual, and physical health and happiness. All of these things require us to bring a creator's mindset and a creator's skill set to bear daily. Secondly is the lane of career creations. For many of us, our careers take up much of our time. We spend a lot of time in the area of our lives that pay the bills. Most of us also feel a desire to be involved, often without being compensated, in communities, congregations, or causes that we feel deeply about. No matter what field you find yourself in, whether or not your career or extracurricular work is artistic in nature, you are required to be creative in 100 different ways often full-time ways in your career creations. We spend a lot of time in these two lanes. And the good news is that each time we bring our creativity to bear and successfully make progress on our journey, we receive some benefits and we grow just a little bit more as creators. The bad news is the fact that both of these avenues of our lives are extremely focused, high pressure, high stake environments. And often the sorts of projects and problems we are working on take a significant amount of time to get to the final results, to complete or to overcome them. This means that we often feel a great deal of stress in our roles as creators, both in our careers and on the home front, and that the full benefits of reaching the finish line of creation are diluted and experienced less consistently. The result is that the growth and satisfaction we might receive when we reach new milestones of creation is battling against a tide of cortisol and adrenaline in ways that can slow down and sometimes even stop us in our tracks. This is where the third lane comes in, the lane of free time creation. As you can guess from the name, this is the type of creating we do in our free time. Usually we think of the activities and projects that we engage in during our free time as hobbies. And the benefits of spending time in this lane are well documented. They include things like increased long-term cognitive performance and efficiency, an increased sense of long-term life satisfaction, strengthened sense of identity, a decrease in stress, low mood and depression, achieving a flow state, which can lead to less self-judgment and greater psychological health and well-being, and help processing and overcoming stressful or traumatic experiences. And the list just goes on from there. One of the most important aspects of this lane of creation in our lives, though it is the fact that it can and should be a low pressure, low stake form of creation, unlike the other two lanes. This means that we can receive all of the benefits and growth that we would in other aspects of our lives with little to none of the stress. This means that each act of creation here in this lane will go a very long way towards making us healthier, happier, and stronger in both our mindset and skill set as a creator. These benefits are exponential, and they flow from the free time creation lane into the other aspects of our lives in powerful ways that strengthen us as creators, both in our careers and in the home front. All right, so before moving on, I would like to impress upon you, if I can, the importance of making time for free time creation in your life. It is so powerful and important, and we too often undervalue it. I would challenge you to find or recommit to whatever brand of free time creation you enjoy the most and to make time for it in your life. Open up that third lane and get ready to watch yourself grow as a creator. Now, you might remember earlier that I said free time creation can and should be low pressure and low stakes. Some of you might have laughed a bit at that and had the thought that your hobby feels stressful pretty regularly. You aren't wrong. The reason for that is because we too often either create or allow roadblocks to be thrown up in this third lane of creation. And these roadblocks too often keep us from starting or finishing projects in our free time. This shouldn't be the case. This is why Kiwi Lane exists. Kiwi Lane came into being as the result of myself, my mother-in-law, and my sister-in-law trying to find ways to overcome or go under or go around through our own creative roadblocks. What we developed was a methodology that has come to be known as PlaytoCreate. And what Play-to-Create method does is identifies the most common roadblocks that we run into as free time creators, and highlights 4 ways to P.L.A.Y, your way to the finish line of whatever brand of creation you enjoy. Because the type of creating that the 3 of us enjoyed was scrapbooking and card making, Kiwi Lane has focused for the last 13 years on designing products, sharing ideas, and holding events specifically for paper crafters. And because of that, Play-to-Create system will always have its origin in scrapbooking and card making. They will always hold a really special place in our own hearts. But after spending 13 years pondering on this topic and interacting with creators from all walks of life, I've come to know that the power of P.L.A.Y is universal and can be applied to just about any hobby that you enjoy. And I want to spend a few minutes explaining how the Play-to-Create method can help you overcome the roadblocks in this 3rd lane of free time creation. The word play in Play-to-Create is there for a couple of reasons. First, to remind us that this method is especially for use when we create in our free time, which should feel fun and carefree and exploratory. Secondly, each letter of the word P.L.A.Y corresponds to an action that you can use to overcome specific types of roadblocks that you might encounter. We think of them as tools in your tool belt, your toolkit, to help you as you create. Let me explain. Okay, so first up is P, which stands for pressure check. Some of the sneakiest roadblocks to creativity are the ones that increase the amount of pressure we feel when we sit down to create. These often take the form of anxiety, fear, and doubt. And the truth is that these are often based on untruths that we tell ourselves, which really means that we bring these roadblocks with us. If you're feeling a sense of fear or anxiety about a project or doubt in yourself as a creator, we recommend that you perform a pressure check before you start, or in the middle of it if you need to, wherever that pressure might come. This might begin with an emotional scan, something like asking yourself the following: do you feel fear, anxiety, or doubt towards creating? If so, why? Ask that to yourself. Are you afraid of making mistakes? Or maybe you are worried that what you create won't live up to either your own expectations or might be judged by others. Are you comparing your own finished creation to someone else's? Do you doubt if you are creative enough or skilled enough to create something you will be happy with? This gets pretty deep, pretty fast, right? The way to counter these untruths is with understanding. So something you could tell yourself is, I am creating in my free time, which is something I enjoy and do for myself to help me relax and feel personal joy, and because it makes me healthier and happier. I am a little C creator. I was born to create, and the more I create from start to finish, the stronger my creator's mindset and my creator's skill set will become, and the more my creativity will grow. My journey as a creator isn't the same as someone else's. Someone else might have been scrapbooking or card making or whatever your brand of creativity is longer than I have. And comparing my beginning to someone else's middle or end is silly. Truths like these become a kind of a mantra, and you can also customize your own mantra to match the untruths that might be causing you to feel anxiety or fear or self-doubt. You can also turn to meditation or prayer to help you release some of this pressure before you start a session of free time creation. Or even during a project, like I mentioned before, if you start to feel the pressure rising, you can go back and remind yourself of these things. There may be also be products that are designed to help you reduce your anxiety and doubt about creating. For paper crafters, for example, our designer templates were created partially so that you can see your design before you cut into your paper or crop your pictures, which means that you can let loose and have fun designing without being anxious about the end result. So remember, P is for pressure check, so don't be afraid to use it and to remind yourself of that often. Next is the letter L, which stands for less test. Sometimes our roadblocks come in the form of feeling overwhelmed, distracted, or confused. There might be a variety of reasons for feeling this way, but almost always it will be boiled down to the old saying, less is more. Maybe your design is too complex or your workspace is too cluttered. Maybe the tools or products or processes you are using are too complicated or technical. Whatever the culprit is, it is a safe bet that involves too much of something. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, distracted, or confused, try administering a less test to yourself, to your workstation, or to your methods. This might involve a series of yes or no questions like these. Things to ask yourself. Are there things around you on your workspace, computer screen that are unnecessary for the project at hand? Is there a less complicated tool or method that would simplify the situation? Are you trying to be too creative by reinventing the wheel when it is not necessary? Are there distractions in your environment that you need to give yourself permission to disconnect from so you can slip back into a creative flow state, like your phone, the notifications, TV, music, social media? Can you break your project into smaller pieces and make a task rather than the entire project as your focus? The solution is to identify unnecessary and distracting elements and then remove them. You may need to look for simpler tools, methods, and supplies. The goal is to do more with less. Next is the letter A, which stands for association station. We know this might sound just a little silly, but it turns out that associating with other creators is often a powerful way to overcome the roadblocks of feeling uninspired or unmotivated. Inspiration can often be fickle. You never know for certain when it will strike, and waiting to create until it decides to make an appearance isn't the answer. Instead of waiting for inspiration to strike, we recommend jumpstarting it by stepping out of the alone zone and taking a trip to an association station near you. What exactly is an association station? The quick answer is anywhere that you can associate with other creators like yourself. This might take the form of a workshop, a class, or an informal get-together centered around creating. A gallery or forum where other creators share their creations and celebrate with oohs and ahs over them together. It may be as simple as taking a trip to the nearest hobby or craft store and scrolling through the aisles. And while connecting in person is always powerful, this age of modern technology has made it possible to do all of these things online as well in person at any time of the day. It has never been easier. The most important thing is that you spend a little quality time marinating in the special energy that is generated by creators and their creations, the heart of a true association station in its spirit of connection, community, and passion for creating. And it is one of the best remedies for you, the uninspired or unmotivated moments. The last of the four letters is the Y, which, bear with me, stands for Eureka Hack. The roadblock of coming up with creative ideas is very common among free time creators. We struggle coming up with ideas and often spend too much time staring at the raw materials or an empty page, for example, of our projects, or scrolling through Google or Pinterest hoping for a eureka moment. Turns out that the answer is simpler and more effective than we thought. Our understanding of how our creator's brain works has grown by leaps and bounds in recent decades. And one important breakthrough has been an understanding of the way that we use our physical bodies to hack our minds. If you are struggling to come up with ideas for your project, involving more of your physicality will usually lead to the eureka moments you are looking for. Getting as many of your senses involved in the process of creating or adding movement in the process will very often cause aha moments where your brain will serve up the creative solution you were looking for on a silver platter. This might involve more visual or hands-on designing or brainstorming tools, standing up, taking a walk or pacing or stretching while you brainstorm, talking through your ideas out loud, either to yourself, which sometimes I do, I talk to myself, or to someone else. Training your senses of smell or taste by lighting a certain candle each time you create, or by buying or baking a certain delicious treat for each creative session. If you are really struggling, you may need to step away from your project for a little while and do something else that puts you into a flow state. Work on a puzzle, or play an instrument, or pull out an adult coloring book. This is what Einstein referred to as combinatory play. For him, playing the violin in between brainstorming sessions helped a lot. These sort of things will tell your brain that it is time to create, stimulate your brain to solve creative problems, and in essence will help you use yourself to hack yourself, leading to an endless supply of eureka moments. Well, I've been going on about these things for a while now, but if I was able to boil these down, what I covered with you today for a few minutes, it would come down to this. First, that you were created to be a creator. You have an inherent desire and ability to create and a limitless potential for creativity. Second, that your mindset and skill set as a creator will grow as you create, from start to finish, more consistently and more meaningfully. The best way to do this is to give yourself permission to enhance and embrace a hobby that you really enjoy, and to make time in your free time to do it. This is the third lane of creation on your journey as a creator, and spending time there will unlock benefits that will flow freely into the rest of your life, both in your career and on your home front. And third, you will certainly encounter roadblocks to free time creation on your own journey. None of us are exempt from them. That will keep you from reaching new milestones of creation as consistently as you should. The answer is to embrace the methods, tools, and opportunities that will help you P.L.A.Y. your way through those roadblocks. And just to be clear, they don't come in a specific order. So you don't have to apply these principles in any specific order, and you may only use one or two at a time, but you should make a habit of reaching for these tools however and whenever you need them, or when you feel specific things coming on. For those of you who enjoy scrapbooking, card making, and DIY crafts, we would love to invite you to let your journey as a free time creator take a turn onto Kiwi Lane, a bright and inspiring little street filled with people and products and events that will help you play to create more consistently and more meaningfully in your own life, and remind you of the toolkit that we can all access as we P.L.A.Y. Lastly, remember to take time to celebrate each time you finish a creative project in your free time. One of the most important benefits of creating is that feeling of satisfaction and fulfillment that you feel when you complete your creation. This is an emotional and even spiritually significant milestone on your journey. Soak it in. Spend a few minutes really celebrating what you have done. And add to that a sense of celebration by sharing it with others. For those of you who have already joined our community, I just want to take a moment one more time to thank you guys so much for what you bring to the community. And please reach out to other creators you might bump into who feel or that you feel would benefit from being here with us. And thanks to all of you who have supported us for the last 13 years and spending your day with us celebrating our first National Play-to-Create Day on this first Saturday in August. We truly do look forward to the next 13 years. But we're not done celebrating yet. We have a really fun event happening tonight here back on Facebook at 5:00 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. We'll be having an online Play-to-Create crop night where not only myself, but Debbie and Shiloh, the other two co-founders, Kiwi crew members, and even some creative partners will be joining us for this event, where you can also join online in the comments and share and celebrate this day with us. It's also a good time to complete our creating challenge we have going on right now. We have a challenge specific for the birthday where you can enter by creating a birthday themed scrapbook page or 2-page cards and use hashtag happy 13th birthday Kiwi Lane to enter that challenge by August 12th. And you can have a chance to win a $50 Kiwi Lane gift certificate and a Kiwi t-shirt. But we also have our other monthly challenges that we do each month that you can check out in the Kiwi Club PDF digital idea book. So lots of fun things that you can challenge yourself to create, again, going from start to finish as you play to create your way to that milestone of a completed creation. Thank you guys so much again for joining us, and hopefully we'll see you guys back here soon this evening. I'm just looking really forward to it and to spending the day with you guys. Talk to you guys then. Bye now.